Hello, I'm Victoria Stilwell, dog behavior expert from It's Me or the Dog and founder of the Victoria Stilwell Academy for Dog Training and Behavior. Today, I'm going to be looking at some of the videos you've sent in of your dogs. First is Mars, who hides away at the first sign of guests.
Mars a peur des gens qui sont là. Du coup, je vais amener des petites croquettes. Il s'avère que même s'il a peur, monsieur aime bien jouer. Oh, qu'est-ce que c'est? Ouais. Sinon, il est caché sous mon lit. C'est un gros trouillard.
Mars looks like a really cute dog, but yes, a dog that seems to have fear and anxiety issues. And you say that you got him when he was 1 month old, which you also say was way too young. I don't know whether you know what the first month of his life was like, but if he is a month old and already taken away from his mother, he doesn't or hasn't had that really important time of growth. It's easy sometimes to see that sort of fearful dog behavior kind of hiding under the bed as cowardly, but it really isn't. It's really a great way for a dog to cope if they're nervous. So the fact that he's practicing avoidance and taking himself under your bed where he feels safe and comfortable, that is something that makes him feel better. And that is something you should continue to allow him to do. When we do have dogs that don't like people coming in and they are aggressive towards them, what do we teach them to do? We teach them to practice avoidance. We give them a safe zone that they can take themselves off to. That can be a bed, it can be behind a baby gate. Wherever the dog feels comfortable, we actually teach them to practice avoidance. So your dog is doing it by himself, which is fabulous. But we don't want him to be scared. So how are you going to take a dog that essentially is very nervous and turn him into a dog that is a little bit more confident? Well, I really like what you're doing. I really like the fact that you're playing a game with him. This dog, who is showing resilience because he actually can play with you, even when he knows there are other people in the house and he's not comfortable, you will one day be able to play that game with him in front of somebody when they come through the door. I want you to find a trainer, a positive trainer that can help you with his issues, and if you can't find a trainer near you, get a virtual consultation. He's got a lot of learning to do, but he will do it. And I love the game you're playing with him. It's a brilliant game, so good luck. Next is a Cocker Spaniel who cannot contain himself on walks. If you could talk to dogs, or if they could talk to you in your language, they would say that one of the most annoying things that we humans do is walk them on the leash. Yes, because even though the leash is extremely important, very important for safety and needed, dogs it stops their ability to act naturally. And so when you see this whimpering, this almost like it wants to bark, it's sort of frenetic behavior, but that's just in response to the fact that he's leashed and that this annoying piece of rope is stopping him from being able to act naturally and go where he wants to go to and run after birds and say hello to people and do all of those fabulous things that you can do when you go outside. Do you have a place where you live that you can run him off the lead that is safe, a fenced-in area where he cannot get out, but he has that chance to go run? And the reason why I say this or ask you this is because this dog needs to run. This dog needs to chase because it's a spaniel, a bird dog, a working dog. So you have to sort of meet him where he's at. The secret to calming dogs down on walks is to actually do a lot before you go on a walk. Play all kinds of games, scent games, maybe retrieval games, enough to get him to the point where maybe he's tiring a little. And then take him out. You'll see a huge difference. I also do think he needs a different harness. This harness is very annoying around his front legs. So if you can find a different harness, there's loads of different harnesses. I always advocate for dogs to have maybe 3 different types of harnesses. When you have a harness that the dog is always wearing every day, sometimes it can cause rough patches in some areas, sometimes it can be uncomfortable. But get rid of all of that excess energy before you take them out for a walk, and I think you're going to see a real change. Finally, here's Callie, who has an odd reaction to her chew sticks.
It's okay. Kelly, it's okay. I'll hide it for you, come.
I was really interested to see this behavior because my dog does exactly the same thing. My Chihuahua Jasmine, she has a specific toy, it's her lamb chop. She likes to hide it. She likes to put it in places that my other dog can't get to it. But even if she was by herself, she would do the same thing. And she gets kind of what it looks a bit stressy. She has it in her mouth and she starts to whine. And I'm telling you, I will find lamb chop behind my shower curtain, but behind cushions on the sofa, put under the bed. Do you know, even though it seems like to us that the dog's stressing out, but I don't think that just doing exactly what you're doing and talking to her is a bad thing. I like the fact that you can take this away from her so she's not guarding it from you. If you really are worried that this behavior is stressing her out too much, well then give her something that is maybe not as high a value. The other thing that you can do is if you really want her to have those chews, you hold on to one end of it and she chews the other end of it. And you can just praise her all the time. Just say good girl, so that becomes almost like a social activity. I really, really like seeing that though, because that's my dog Jasmine too. Thanks for watching. If you love It's Me or the Dog and want more dog training tips and tricks, visit my official site, positively.com. And if you're interested in learning more about becoming a dog trainer, check out the Victoria Stilwell Academy. Links to both sites are in the description. I'll see you online.